she calls me and she goes, Anthony, can you come pick me up from a party? I'm really fucked up right now, and these people are doing some weird, like, can you please come and get me? Now, I was at Amy's house with her boyfriend watching a movie. Freaking, I'm like, yo, I'm like, would you guys come with me to go freaking pick this girl up? She's saying blah, blah, blah. She's saying this shit. I have almost no gas in my car. I'm like, there's a chance that we're gonna get fucking stuck, okay? And I don't want to get stuck with this girl if she's that fucking wasted with no gas in my car, with fucking possibly, They were like, okay, we'll come with you. They come with me. The car fucking breaks down literally right around the corner from the fucking house. We get out. The girl can barely walk. We see these people freaking. We get into a fucking, like, we can handle, I know I can handle my fucking self. This guy could probably handle himself, and that's all I fucking need. These guys inside. So it's the bottom line is, thank God everybody made it home good. That's another fucking. That's what I'm saying. This whole fucking thing is crazy, man. It's like with all that shit, and God knows how many other fucking things were fucking. But nobody said to me, "Wow, man." It's just like the people that just kept up coming up to me and accusing, and I'm sitting there like, dude, I don't even own a computer. I don't even own a fucking computer. And to think, like, even the fucking cable people were like, well, you can't, like, they were telling my father at the time that he can't just get the cable. He has to go with the fucking triple play package where you get the phone and the cable. But in order to do that, they got to install a fucking cable line. And I'm sitting there telling my father, yeah, do that, do that. But he's like, fucking, he's like, no. He's like, and then he gives in. But the fucking, at that point, it's like, oh, you need all these extra wires and this and that. So we don't ever get the fucking computer ever fucking hooked up to any fucking internet by the time it goes out to the fucking curb. Wow, man. Wow, man. So yet again, I will take a fucking lie detector test every fucking day of the week, saying that pretty much fucking there was no computer usage at fucking all with the fucking anything other than fucking the stupid typing class and you motherfuckers. Which brings me to the next point. The next point is where a couple years goes by. I did get the fucking Sprint cell phone. First, I get a Sprint cell phone. That was because the fucking house calls that were coming in, supposedly coming in, were not on the fucking answering machine. My mother was yelling at me for freaking, why the fuck is it that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there asking, how is it that you want me to get a job, but you won't give me the freaking messages when my job calls? And she's like, they didn't call, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it started a whole big thing between me and my mom. And I'm like, Mom, are you going crazy? Are you losing your fucking mind? Because at that point, I was losing my fucking mind. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. So I go out, I get a fucking Sprint cell phone, fucking top of the fucking line phone. At the same time, I'm at that point buying a fucking car. This is fucking after. This is before the end of fucking. No, this is after fucking school. This is after jail. This is after fucking. Oh, the other fucking two email accounts which I just went into, Sunflower and Amy. But then even that one didn't work. So then they just gave me a fucking, and I was like, well, why didn't we just do this in the first place? It was like, oh, well, because blah, blah, blah. Yet again, the woman again resembled a lot of Lauren Chimera. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. The fucking point being is that, wow, man. Wow, man. Because there was a fucking issue with that too. And then it was like, oh, you could just sign in. You could just sign in to you can just use a guest one. A guest. You could just sign in as a guest. It's like, why didn't we just do this in the beginning? So all those email addresses that were fucking created were not being used by me. Then there's the other fucking part of that, which was fucking, wow, man. And then they're trying to turn this person into me, and then I'm hearing these rumors and blah, blah. But fuck this, man. Fuck this, man. Fuck this shit, man. Then it was also the fucking satellite phone. Somebody fucking, it was like on the fucking news, it's like satellite phones are illegal, blah blah blah. And then fucking, oh, what's this? But fucking somebody comes into my car and drops a fucking satellite phone in my car. And I'm driving around. I don't even know what the fuck this thing is. I don't even know if it fucking works. And the fucking thing is fucking, and I'm driving around with a satellite phone. They're like, because they were trying to, man, you know what, man? Wow, man. And then even without doing nothing fucking wrong, nothing at all, it's like all of a sudden fucking, I get bum rushed in my fucking driveway. And it's like, why are you carrying this in your car? It's like, because somebody left it in my car and I haven't seen them yet to give it back. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. Fucking wow, man. And then, and then it gets even, because then fucking, then this happens, then that happens, then they try to set me up like this and that and blah blah blah, and then fucking this explodes, and then these things happen, and then those things come down, and then it's like this happens, and then fucking bah. And then in the meantime, after somehow I go to fucking jail, after fucking the whole, mentioned in the contracts, there's people trying to kill you, Anthony. Here's a fucking handgun. You still gotta fucking pay us for the handgun, but you can have the handgun. Meanwhile, it's a police issued Suffolk County Glock 9. Fucking, holy shit, man. Holy shit, man. Then it's like, go to jail. Then it's like, oh, don't worry. This is all a part of this. Don't worry about it. It's like, oh, okay, that's a normal message that you receive in jail, even if they're all fucking great. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I just want to get the fuck home. Meanwhile, I'm being drugged out of my mind, but I'm wondering at that point in fucking time, how is it that my dick all of a sudden started to work inside jail? Like, I was actually able to fucking jerk off more and I was like, dude, I'm not gay. There's no fucking way I'm gay. There's no fucking, I'm not thinking of dudes. I'm not fucking even thinking of dudes. I'm like, I am good, but why is my dick working? This is fucking amazing. I'm like, wow, that's fucking great. It's like halfway working. It's like, but that's still better than fucking what it was doing 2 minutes ago, 2 months ago. Yo, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like you want to talk about psychological fucking warfare? Like, this is like the fucking, like the most extreme fucking case that I could have ever fucking even thought of, fucking how insanely fucking psychotic every single fucking person on planet fucking cunt is. I swear to God. And then, after jail, I come out. I'm trying to get my shit straight. I'm trying to get my life together. Then it's like, this person and that's when I met Jimmy. Actually, I met Jimmy inside night school. But then after that, it's like me and Jimmy start hanging out. After I go to jail, Jimmy and me start hanging out again. And that's when I freaking meet so-and-so. But I'm still trying to get my life together. But I'm also giving myself some time to fucking think about all the crap that just went down in my life. And there was other crazy shit going on. So then all of a sudden, fucking boom. And I go out and I buy a fucking, after getting a job and after doing this and after holding a job for a little part-time job, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And I go out and because I'm tired of freaking getting into arguments with my mother that I love my mom. I'm not going to try to freaking argue no more. If maybe she's losing it. I don't fucking know, but I don't want to know. Let me go out and buy a cell phone. But even after buying the cell phone, my job was, which always had full, I made sure I bought fucking so damn close to the top of the line cell phone with the top of the line fucking service. Always had full fucking bars in my phone. Then all of a sudden, fucking, my job starts telling me the same thing. It's like, we called you, Aunt. We left you a message. Why didn't you return the call? It's like, you didn't leave me a message. They're like, yes, we did. I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, yes, we did. I'm like, no, you didn't. And that was I'm like, well, did you call my house? They're like, yeah. There was no message. So then me and my mom argue one or two more times, but I can't. I'm not laying into the freaking argument at that point, because now I'm saying to myself, what the fuck is really wrong here? Dude. Either way, my parents move. At the time that they moved down to Florida, I get stuck up in fucking New York. I'm sitting there. I'm trying to fucking make car payments. My fucking insurance payment goes from like almost $6,000 to now almost $7,000 something dollars. I'm like, how? How the fuck is that even possible with the fucking with paying off my fucking bills and keeping up with everything that I had to fucking do with the fucking car? How the fuck is it that my insurance... So then I had to... And that was even beforehand, before my parents left, that they wanted an extra $1,000 something for fucking insurance. Fucking, oh my god. Oh my god, dude, it just fucking, it was just all from every freaking direction. And then even then, it's like, oh man, I can't afford the car. I'm gonna have to give the car back. Little do I realize that there's a fucking bank account with fucking millions of fucking dollars in it that fucking I'm not even certainly aware of. And freaking even then, later on, when I see it, I don't even fucking believe it. But at the same time, the car's being repossessed somehow. Wow, man. So then I buy a fucking truck. How did I buy the truck? My mom and dad are down in Florida. Fucking, I got fucking, my credit card's fucking at max, but I didn't go over my credit limit. I just fucking didn't fucking, I just spent up to the fucking credit limit before the credit limit. So there's not an overcharge of an overcharge, right? Which I already had a discussion with somebody from the fucking card company at the time. Fucking like, how does this actually work? I've never had a credit card before. Blah, blah, blah. They're like, as long as you don't spend even fucking 1 penny over the fucking limit, you're good. No problem. Everything's good. I'm like, all right, then that's fine. Fucking, that's in tax and everything included. So I literally spent upwards of like $1, close to $1, without that credit card going fucking over. I'm like, and there's no overage, and I don't have to pay for this amount of time or anything until I fucking... They're like, not at all, sir, blah, blah, blah. But then I get a phone call when I definitely need the card, and I'm about to make a fucking payment to clear the whole fucking card. Wow, man, this is fucking crazy. So... with my life completely fucked up, and gas at $8 a fucking gallon, and fucking the back window to my truck, which I didn't even walk into the dealership with money. The dealer pulls out money out of his own pocket to help me pay for the fucking truck. I don't even want to fuck this guy over, and that's exactly what I did. I fucked him over, I fucked the other insurance company over, and then fucking, I'm sitting there saying to myself, in my fucking demise at this point, I'm saying, what the fuck is going on, man? I'm like, I've been filling out job applications everywhere, and nobody even fucking tries to call me back. My phone doesn't fucking ring. So when I go back, they're like, we tried to call you. It's like, well, you didn't give me a fucking... They're like, we had to give the job to somebody else. It's like, oh, that's great, man. So I'm filling out job application, double, triple fucking things, and I'm like, wow, man. They're like, some places telling me, oh, your job application ain't even in the computer. It's like, how the fuck is it in your computer when I sat down in your fucking store and filled out the fucking application on your fucking computer? Holy shit, man. Which then brings me to the fucking point of fucking desperation where I need food, and at the same fucking time, I can't keep up with this, I can't keep up with that. I'm fucking... The fucking job had to let me go because there's no place to take a shower. The fucking credit card wouldn't accept my fucking payment, which wasn't even probably talking to the fucking credit card people. Holy shit, bro. And then it gets to the fucking point of me ending up fucking at the end of fucking Yonder Road, which takes a 2.5 hour fucking walk to get to a fucking payphone in any fucking direction. Holy shit, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. So then my supposed caseworker, why I'm trying to get fucking food stamps and fucking my life fucking is somehow fucked up at that point, my caseworker fucking, before she gets a promotion, she goes and tells me that a person in my situation should have, at this point, there's no reason that her agency should not be fucking getting me a cell phone. A fucking cheap little fucking cell phone, just in case I have to make these important fucking phone calls to the places so I don't starve or freeze to death. And then she goes, well, and it's really fucking weird that, I put in the application for your cell phone, but the bottom line is that I've never seen them reject an application for a cell phone before. So the last thing that this woman does before she gets promoted to a new type of job is goes and brings me to a fucking Verizon store where I then buy a fucking a fucking Radio Shack store where then she buys me a fucking Verizon cell phone. And I'm pretty sure at that moment in time, which is really, really fucking weird, and I'm wondering what fucking, I had to create an email account. Email account gets created inside that store. I don't even know what the fuck. At that point, I really don't even fucking exactly know. Kind of, but not really even know what the fucking email account is. And that's where I'm just wondering at that moment in time. Because that cell phone too, after I got the cell phone, I was able to call all my friends for a minute or two just to say hello, because there was a paid per minute fucking cell phone plan that and the bottom line is that that's the most interesting part. It's like they were like, every single person I called was like, yo man, where the fuck have you been, blah blah blah, this, that, and blah blah blah. And fucking, it was like, yeah, man, I don't know. This is all fucked up. And it was even before this that happened. I couldn't even get my friends on the fucking phone. People telling me, yeah, Anthony, we were calling you for your birthday. We were calling you to come hang out. We were calling you to meet these people. We were calling you for this. I was getting no motherfucking. And the same thing happens after that. But yet I can get the fucking calls from the fucking place that I'm now applying for fucking food stamps. And I'm wondering if people are starting to play fucking head games with my fucking head. Bullshit, bro. Bullshit, bro. This is fucking bullshit. Then all that shit goes down with the fucking new caseworker, which was Gene Hennessy. And fucking, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't need this shit. You know what? Fuck this shit. I fill out my fucking paperwork. I bring it into the fucking place on time. This is just a fucking headache. I'm like, no offense, but it's like, I hate to say this, but you're fired. And, it's like, that's it. And then next thing I know, they're hunting me down at the back of a church. And I'm wondering to myself, how the fuck 2 weeks after I fire this girl, how the fuck is she hunting me down at the back of a fucking church? Okay? While I'm smoking a cigarette in the back of a church waiting for a fucking food pantry to open. They're like, oh, we traced your cell phone. I was like, how the fuck did you trace my... And then they're like, oh, don't worry about it. We're only joking. Well, this and that. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then it's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Remember the contracts? Well, we would have to kill you if you did. It's like, oh, okay, I don't remember them. Man, I don't know. What the fuck are you talking... What is everybody talking to me about contracts for? I don't know what fucking contracts anybody is talking to me about. Fucking holy shit, man. Holy fucking shit, man. It's like, wow. And there's Karen Phillips and fucking Gene Hennessy. And I'm like, well, you're still fired. And it's like, right after that, it's like, I got magically fucking sanctioned and I had to fucking leave soon from the place that I was at. Bingo, man. There's a foot of fucking snow on the ground, no fucking food stamps, fucking this and that. And I'm saying to my fucking self, and the fucking nobody's picking up any fucking number that I'm dialing. Wow. Fucking wow. Which then brings me to a fucking train station where I have a bottle after walking myself to a friend or two's house, them lending me a few dollars, understanding that this is a bizarre fucking situation. They're like, here's a few bucks, and I'm like, oh, that's great. That's not enough to even get a fucking motel room to take a shower for even a fucking half a day. But okay, that's crazy. I'm not gonna live. Fine, I go out and I buy a fucking big bottle of fucking Bacardi, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go watch the ball drop on fucking New Year's Eve, and then I'm gonna walk myself to the fucking edge of the water, and I'm gonna drink that bottle until I fucking freeze to death in the fucking cold. And you know what? Fucking then all this shit, and then it's like, well, imaginary, fucking imagine a magical is a fucking. It's like, oh, this person comes along, and it's like, oh well, you know, I have a place to go back to. You can at least be warm. We can drink, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, sure, whatever the fuck, you know. The fucking meanwhile, I'm still wow, but I can't get my friend on the phone. That I'm saying to myself, like, if I explain the situation, I'm pretty sure they could freaking let me hang out for like a few days to a week. You know what I'm saying? So then after that fucking bizarre situation goes down, I have to go back to my friend's house and beg them at that point to fucking let me stay. Why, and explain what the fuck just happened then too, and then dude, all that shit goes down, man. And I'm saying to myself, you know, so then a year goes by and there's nothing wrong and everything gets straightened out. It kind of straightened out and I get a job, but then the only bizarre thing with that is after I get a job and I start working, it's like, as me and my friend are talking inside the fucking living room, not even on a fucking phone, we're talking about, like, you know, it's like, oh, well, yeah, I don't really care to see that person ever again or those people ever again, but those people were nice, you know, this is nice, you know, it's fucking whatever. It's like, it's funny how, like, right, it's like, oh, well, I hope we don't see this person ever. And then the minute that happens, the next time The next time my friend goes to leave the house, all of a sudden she bumps into said person we didn't want to see again. After fucking 7 years or so of not seeing the person, all of a sudden this is the person she bumps into. Oh, he was in the army, and that he was a medic, and that fucking all the shit, and it was like, you know, he's trying to get his life together and blah blah blah. Man, bullshit. Man, you know what? It's all fucking bullshit. And it's like, and then the minute he was around, problems fucking started happening. That's what I'm saying. This whole fucking thing is like, that's what it is, man. At that same time, I started working on some of the music I had already been working on. And I wanted to use the computer to look through beats and to go through this and that. And my friend's like, Anthony, she's like, you know, let me help you create your own fucking email address. And this is when I actually ever used a computer for basically like the first time. And when I was trying to create that email address is what I'm getting to. Something very interesting took place. When I tried to create the email address, my friend was sitting on the couch and I was over at the computer, and they were walking me through what I was walking them through what I was doing. So they're like, okay, Ant, fill out this. You want to definitely fill that out, this, that, and that. And then it's like, well, all you got to do is hit this button, and there you go. You got an email address. And this should have taken 10 minutes at most, 15 minutes. So 2 hours later, my friend is finding this as somewhat of a game to fuck with my head. Like, Anthony, are you really fucking slow? Are you, is there, but she's not insulting me that deeply with the fucking, but she's like, really, Ant, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I don't know. Could you please get the fuck up here and over here and freaking see what the fuck is going on? She tries to freaking create an email address. She can't create the fucking email address. Now she's like, okay, now this is pissing me off 2-3 times. This is pissing me off. What the fuck's going on? We sit back, we think, blah, blah, blah. Fucking, she goes, you know what? This may be happening. Do you have another email address? And I'm like, no, I don't have another email address. At the time, I was totally not thinking of any type of fucking, because at that point, I still had not even close to close to simple knowledge of what the fucking email address was. So she goes, I got an idea. And she goes to this site. She goes to the site with her login information. She goes to a site which was AOL. It was definitely a fucking AOL site. I just don't know what the fuck it was called, or she doesn't remember at this point either what the fuck it was called. But the bottom line is that you could use this to look up any email addresses that were linked to your personal name. Okay? Just in case. She's like, let's try this. But she's like, I need your permission because of the stuff that's in it in order to get to fucking all of any email addresses that are linked to your name. I'm like, no problem. I'm like, hey, look, man, if this can get me to fucking make a freaking MySpace and to get to YouTube and make a YouTube that I could freaking not have to bother you about freaking this and that, let's do it. Well, I'm gonna need this. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, I don't think you're fucking out to fucking, destroy my life or rob me or anything, right? So freaking, point is that I'm sitting, the funny part is, which is not funny, it's not fucking funny. At this point, none of this shit's fucking funny. At this point, it's like, in order to fucking me to create an email address, it took almost 4 hours. 2 hours for me, then 2 hours with her helping me try to create a fucking email address, which is really, really, really fucked up, because in the end, as we're filling out this fucking AOL recovery email fucking that's linked to my fucking name, all of a sudden a fucking screen pops up with like, I don't even know, like fucking, I even asked her, she said there was at least 5 or 6. I said that's what I was thinking, there was at least 5 or 6, there could have been more. And then I'm like, do you remember any other fucking email addresses? This is just yesterday. I'm like, do you remember any other fucking email addresses on there? Now, I remembered fucking Moonlight. I remember fucking Sunflower. I remembered fucking something about Lily. And then she turns around to me yesterday and she goes, actually, I'm thinking it was Tiger Lily. And I'm like, wow, that's definitely one that was linked to my name. And then on top of that, there was like 1 or 2 other ones. One of those emails, if I remember correctly at that moment in time, because and this because I got drunk last night afterwards and was hopefully gonna pass the fuck out from all this crazy bullshit. One of the other email addresses that was linked to my name was Wally. Now, she didn't remember this. I remembered this after getting off the phone with her last night and freaking trying to remember the other fucking... The only one that she thought, and because the one that she thought was really fucking peculiar, is when she seen that her friend Mikey from the Beeper store's email address was listed underneath my fucking information as far as recovery email addresses. She's like, do you know this person? Blah, blah, blah. And we explained it. I'm like, yeah, well, I bought the Beeper from... At that point, I completely forgot about the fucking machete fucking thing and how they were going to try to fucking kill me and that fucking this happened and that happened and fucking all of this. I'm like, I don't know why the fuck any of these, because I never created a fucking email address before. Because at that point, I had never actually used a fucking computer before. I fucking hate people. I really do. I really, really, really fucking hate people. So, bottom line is that we're sitting there and we're looking at these, but I didn't really look at these. I'm like, so is this a big deal? Like, she's like, nah, it shouldn't be. It's just that we have to get what the fuck? The bottom line is that something simple had to be done in order for freaking me to get my old fucking recovery fucking. I had to get something to recover, to fucking link to something, which no problem. And then next thing I know, I was able to create an email address and get the fuck onto MySpace and get a fuck onto YouTube. And then shortly after that, which I found interesting, she gets a new computer. Not this part of it. She gets a new computer a couple months down the road. She gets a new computer a couple months down the road, and the new computer, we put the old computer out to the curb. No less than, I mean literally, like, I came in the house after I brought the fucking computer out to the fucking curb for the garbage pickup. After hooking up the new computer, I put the old fucking computer out at the fucking curb, and I mean, within less than like a minute and a half, I mean, not even a minute and a half, I had time to walk into the fucking house, sit down for maybe 30 seconds, which I'm thinking is like a minute and a half altogether. And fucking there, the fucking, all of a sudden, the first car of a quiet morning that passes sees the fucking thing, jumps the fuck out. I recognize now the woman as Karen Phillips, with a fucking skinny black dude helping her load it into the fucking car. I start working on my songs. Everything seems halfway all right. All of a sudden, freaking, and I'm not even gonna get into the whole freaking, but I should totally get into the whole fucking like that's the whole fucking interesting part. It's like all of a sudden, my friend gets a phone call from a person that I barely fucking like hang out with or know very, very fucking well. They want to talk to me. They start talking to me. They're like, Anthony, type this in. And I type this in. And freaking, it's a porn video of what looks like me fucking a chick. Dude, with somebody that fucking is like me and this person never got along before. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, why the fuck does that look like me? And they're like, that is you, Anthony. I'm like, no, it's not me. That's not me. That's not fucking me. The fucking girl has a wedding ring on. I look older in the fucking, she's attractive, but she looks older. I'm saying to them, and they're calling each other and like, this is my wife and blah blah blah. And then there's another person in the fucking video. Now, at this point in time, I'm looking at this fucking person in this video, and I'm saying to myself, that's not me. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, this person's off the phone, and I'm sitting there analyzing, what the fuck? Why does this person have a very unique tattoo on their fucking arm, which I drew myself and had the fucking tattoo guy put on my fucking arm? And it's the way that the tattoo came out on my arm because there was a fuck up with the instructions to take